gonna catch this wild Mustang.
Over the next couple of videos, you'll see it covers about a month and a half.
Get him haltered up and let out to the pasture. We're gonna work on a couple of things.
My goal is to get Nugget desensitized to everything I can possibly do.
Before I take him out, we're gonna practice picking up his feet.
I want to throw everything in the kitchen sink at him, anything that's going to move or make a noise that isn't going to hurt him. So the more that I put him in situations where he is not harmed or he's okay, he is trusting me that whatever I ask of him is okay.
Good boy. He's 1 month old and 3 days. So 4 weeks and 3 days.
So Nugget dropping his foot is not up to him, it's up to me. So if he takes his foot back sooner than I want to release it, I end up picking that foot up a second time.
Hi, Curious.
To reinforce that it's my idea to drop that foot, not his. If you compared this video to the last video, you'll see just how good Nugget's getting, yielding his hindquarters and especially backing up. He was very, very light backing up.
Yield his hindquarters a little bit.
It does not matter if he takes a bad first step. What only matters is if he takes a good last step.
Okay.
You'll also notice that Ducky is right behind him, checking in, making sure that he's okay, you know, things like that. So I want to make sure that Nugget is comfortable with me touching him anywhere over his body, which is not normal for a prey animal. And we have to understand and remember that humans are predators and horses are prey. In this section, you'll see Nugget walking out to the pasture, and he's doing so willingly. I do not have a butt rope on him. He's loose line. Ducky is behind us, and I want her to be behind us because I want him leading to be because I am leading him and not simply because he's following his mom. So there's a couple cool things going on right here. Two things I want to bring your attention to. First of all, he's tossing his head when I ask him to yield his forequarters.
Boy. I have a mess there. I'm trying to get him to yield his forequarters. Step over. Right there. Good boy.
And he's doing that because he doesn't exactly know what I'm asking. I'm still in the teaching phase of it, like almost like kindergarten. You can't go straight to, you know, your senior year in high school. You have to start at kindergarten and learn in baby steps. So I'm trying to teach him in sections. And even though he has trouble and he's tossing his head and things like that, the second he takes one good step, I reward that. So think about potty training your toddler. You're not going to reprimand them for making a mistake, but you're going to make a huge deal of them doing it right. So when I push with my 2 fingers, one behind his jaw and one in his armpit, basically, and I want him to push over and yield that front leg over, I'm asking him to do something that he's not naturally born to do. And I'm trying to teach him that I can give this cue, put pressure on this side, and have you move your front end over.
So that I can undo that halter. And he'll hold that head for me there. Okay. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to rub that away. And then I make sure that I walk away from him.
Another section you'll see is when Nugget tries to walk toward Ducky. He thinks that all he has to do is go and nurse, and all of this stuff, this weird stuff that I'm asking him to do, will simply go away. And that's not the case. So I pull him back and I have him do a couple other exercises, and I'm very quickly done with the lesson.
Smell it?
So this is a few days later. We're walking around the neighborhood just seeing what we can see, and it's introducing him to new sights and sounds and smells and experiences that I cannot duplicate at home. A neighbor of mine called me and told me that irrigation had run for one of our neighbors and their yard overflowed, making a huge fabulous puddle at the end of the street, and I needed to expose Nugget to water. Asher is helping me with Ducky here, and you'll see in the background that my neighbor's husband is actually running a tractor and he's fixing some berm work. And so again, with exposing him to everything in the kitchen sink, I've got tractor noise that I'm exposing him to, which is great.
Boy. All right, let's go to the big one. Okay. Come on, mister. We got a big foot over here. Oh, look at that. Big puddle.
So as we walked down the street, we got into some puddles, and when we got to the big main puddle, this UPS truck drove through the puddle, making the big puddle make waves. I couldn't have asked, I couldn't even plan for a better experience for my little foal. And if you watch him, he just doesn't think anything of it. It's no big deal. He is taking his cue from Ducky.
And he didn't spook.
Because Ducky doesn't think it's a big deal. And so if Mom doesn't think if it's a big deal, then it must not be a big deal. So proud of him right here.
So scary.
He doesn't even care. We gotta get our feet wet and cool down. It's 108 degrees today. We got a scary tractor down there making all sorts of noise. Huh? But look at the long, loose rope. I love it. He doesn't even know that this is supposed to be scary. You know?
This is scary to like 98% of the horses.
So one of the reasons that this is, quote, supposed to be scary is because horses don't see depth like we do. Their eyes are set on the side of their head, where our eyes are set in the front, like normal predators. So horses can't tell if the very next step that they take in this water is going to be an ocean, or it's going to be this huge chasm and they're going to drop into it. So for him, trusting me that this water puddle isn't going to hurt him and it's not going to swallow him whole is very, very huge.
Yeah, the tractor's pretty scary, huh?
You'll also notice that Asher is refusing to come in the water because he doesn't want to get his shoes wet. So I have him go and get his skateboard and skateboard toward the water and just desensitize Nugget to yet something else.
See, things without legs aren't supposed to move, and that thing does.
What? The water is so scary. I love it! Thank you for telling me that this was down here. I love it. He hasn't pawed, he hasn't done anything. He's just like, this is it. This is what you brought me all the way down here to show me? This is it? Keep going. Let's go, sure.
Look at him.
Like, there's a tractor down there, and it's making noises.
And it's gonna kill me.
We're lunging in a pedal. Good girl, Becky. Now, please, disclaimer, don't train your horse in the middle of the road.
Slippery.
I got wet. Okay, cool. Cool, back up. I shake her rope and he backs up. That's funny. Hey. Back up. Back up. Back up. Good boy.
He didn't even spook at the car.
Yeah, there was a UPS truck that came by, and the baby was like, what's up? They're more worried about that tractor noise.
Than anything.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Look, let's follow. Follow the tractor. Follow the tractor. It would be normal right here for Nugget to be very afraid of this particular tractor noise. But a couple of things happened. At first, when he heard the tractor noise, it was quite a far away, and Ducky didn't react to it either. And so again, he was taking his cue from Ducky. The second thing is I am having Nugget chase the tractor away. So he is becoming the predator and the tractor is becoming the prey. And it is building Nugget's confidence in the sound that the tractor makes. So here's cute little Nugget posing for his registration photos. He's actually posing. I've picked out his registration name, which is SA, it's gonna be epic. SA stands for Stable Acres, which is my farm. And Gunna is in reference to Gunner, his grandsire. And Epic is in reference to Epic Titan, his sire. This is pretty common in quarter horses. This is one of my favorite memories. It is the first time Nugget came to my whistle. So what's really great about this is you'll see that Nugget comes first. Good girl. Good girl, bringing your baby. Nugget's not following Ducky. Ducky's following Nugget. And he was just thrilled to see me at the gate, which is what I want. I want to be my horse's favorite person. You'll see Nugget's progression and how he's leading, and now I'm adding some tricks and puzzles to the game where I wrap the rope around his bum and he has to follow the pull of the lead rope. Even though I'm standing on this side of him, he has to pull away and then come back to me, and then as soon as he circles around, I back up at a run and I need him to trot after me. I need him to catch me. It's called Catch Me If You Can. He's a lot less sticky than he was. Come on, buddy. Come on. It's just one more level of giving a toddler something to think about. Look at you. Look at you. He's already starting to lose his little baby fur around his eyes. He's getting so big. Look at this butt. He's built like a box. I mean, he's just huge.
Sorry, buddy. Got caught on your ear.
Watch how quickly he spins and watch how little I have to pull that lead rope. I barely let go with my left hand and Nugget's already turning around. He's so responsive. I love this baby. I had to add this photograph. It is our COVID 2020 family photo, which means the photographer couldn't be anywhere near us. So the photographer actually drove by and simply took a picture of our family on our front porch. And our family is now complete with Nugget and Ducky in there as well. I couldn't help it. We're having a little bit of a windstorm going on through the barn, and we have a mosquito problem all of a sudden. And Nugget is tired. So I came into this stall and I sat down, and Nugget has fallen asleep. I know you can't see him asleep underneath that fly mask. He's asleep. What a good boy. It's my little man. Oh, it's my little man. I don't want him to get bigger, but I want him to get bigger. You know what I mean?